Hello, and welcome to how to make an automatic nether portal in Minecraft. It features either a button or a lever input, and what happens is when you push that button, the staircase comes up, blocks the fire charge that escapes the dispenser, igniting the obsidian portal. When you hit the button again, a short jet of water comes out, extinguishing the portal. And you can use either, like I said, a button or a lever. This is useful because zombie pigmen can now escape from nethers. So that's a danger, and it's nice to be able to control when it's on, when it's off. World map is downloadable in the description below. You can come around, check things out, see how things work, and let's build the dang thing. So, materials you need are, I have non-specific blocks, but wool is going to be our redstone savvy block. We'll put all of our redstone on that. You need sticky pistons, dispensers, button or a lever, redstone repeater, redstone dust, redstone torch, obsidian, water buckets, fire charges, and I recommend torches. So now I'm going to start by adding all of our frame stuff, and that's going to be using these blocks here. Sticky pistons, button. So all this stuff is what is going to be activated. So we have a sticky piston down here, which sits on top of, oh my gosh, both of these stairs. So this one is going to come up on the right side and block the fire charge that escapes these two dispensers. So you need to place those there. Next, let's add our button input. You can change this to a lever later, but for the sake of this tutorial, I'll start by doing the button. It's a very small change, by the way, so don't get too worried. And now we're going to wire everything. So, actually, let's fill these first. The dispenser on the right from the front is the one that needs the fire charge, or wherever you put this sticky piston. The one on the left is going to be our water bucket. Okay, so now that's finished. We don't need our dispenser or these stairs anymore. But we might need the glass, we're going to need the wool, we need sticky pistons, we don't need the button, we need redstone, redstone torches, redstone repeaters. Now this is going to feature an RS NOR latch, 2 pulse limiters, and a repeating, 2 impulse repeat, I guess that's what it's called, I don't really know. So I'm going to place 2 wool blocks, get rid of these glass blocks because those aren't needed. And then from here, you want to make a staircase that goes down 4 blocks, just like that. From down here, you're going to add 2x2 area, and now let's place the wiring. So this wire is going to power the right dispenser. And from here, we have 2 repeaters, and one of these is going to have a 4 delay. And then back here is the input. So if you're making this, go just like this. So one of them has to have a 4 input, the other one doesn't have any delay. And now we're going to add its power, and that's going to be from a 4 delayed repeater. And now this is the beginning of our first pulse limiter. So we're going to start making the pulse limiter now. So place a wool block or whatever kind of block you're using with redstone dust on top of it. Then on top of the redstone dust, if I right click, it places another block. And on top of that, we're going to add a torch. And right here, this will be our sticky piston. So we're going to add that. And the sticky piston is going to push around a white wool block. Okay, so now we have the first pulse limiter finished. Now we're going to start making the second one. So if you right click on top of the torch and place another wool block or whatever you're using, place dust above that, attach another block, and then a repeater. And this is going to be powering our next pulse limiter. So here, we're beginning the same thing again, just like this. Go down 2 blocks, place your dust, and then just as before, there's going to be another sticky piston right here. And just as before, we add another white wool block or whatever you're using, and it's going to power another repeater. However, this repeater does not need a delay. It's actually going to power this block down here, which in turn is going to run into these dispensers, but only the left dispenser. Now, if you just add these redstone, it's going to cross torque and nothing's going to work right. So we're going to get rid of that redstone, and we're going to add 2 repeaters. And just like down here, one of these has to have a double delay. It doesn't matter which one, but you can't have both of them. Otherwise, it's unnecessary time. Now, it also needs to power the block, the sticky piston down here. And to do that, we just come down and attach it right into the sticky piston. However, you're going to need at least 0.1 delay, otherwise it's not going to catch the fire charge that comes out. So now we're pretty much done. Everything's wired up. We just need to have the power from the button affect all of this. But we need to have the RS NOR latch, as I said before. It basically turns that button impulse into a lever. So now we're going to add that. And the way that's going to work is it's going to power, the RS NOR latch is going to power the first pulse limiter, which is going to invert into the other pulse limiter. It gets kind of tricky. But if you're building with me, it shouldn't be too difficult. Don't forget, you can also download the world. So this is where the repeater is going to get its power from. Is this wool block right here, which is getting power from this torch. And as long as this block is here, that thing has power. So that thing's not there, it's not going to get any power. And what controls that is this sticky piston right here. So now we're going to be, this is the beginning of the RS NOR latch. And so right here, we're going to add another torch. And on top of this, a redstone dust. And then adjacent to this redstone torch, we're going to add a repeater. Make sure it has a 3 delay. And then add another block, put redstone dust on it, and we're almost done. Now just add another block on top of that and stick a torch on it. And you have yourself an RS NOR latch. Now the only thing you have to do is provide power to both that piece of redstone dust down there and this torch. So this is how it looks. Torch there, torch there, and 3 delay here. And then you're good to go. So now we need to have the input from the button go to the RS NOR latch itself. So now we're going to go across here. This is where the wiring is going to be. Uh-oh, wait. Oh, will that work? Now let's go over here. What am I doing? Okay, so the power from the button is going to go into the RS NOR latch. Switch the input so it's almost like it's a lever, and then go into these 2 pulse limiters. And if it's water, it's going to shoot out a jet of water. It's going to go to this double input thingamajig. So let's see if it works. Did we put our stuff in there? We did. Everything seems to be in order. All the delays are right. We have 3 on this one, 4 on one of these, 4 on one of these, and a repeater down there. Everything should work. So now, press the button. We get ignition, portal's ready to go. Push it again, portal's out. Alright, cool. So now if you're one of those people who'd rather use a lever, you can get rid of all of this. Get rid of that RS NOR latch, so you're just left with this. And you can come down to this and power it, just like the RS NOR latch did, but from a different side. But it just goes to this. It's a lot smaller, it's a lot simpler. Some people might prefer to use a button though. So cheers to them. If this happened, just knock it out, not a big deal. And see if it works. So that's water, and this should be ignition, water, ignition. Now if you'd rather have it be lit when the switch is down, you can just add an inverter. So now when it's up, it's off, and when it's down, it's on. So if you want it to be like an actual switch, that's a thing too. So I hope this video tutorial helped you out. If it did, leave some feedback. If it didn't, leave some feedback too. I can try to help you out as much as I can. I'll come onto your server if you have one, or do what I can. World download is in the description. Don't forget that if you're really confused. And I'll see you guys next time.